Please welcome Chief David Rhodes.
Woo! How about the FDIC, mass pipes and drums? They come from all over the country together here, and they practice a couple of days before. They're out all night. It's just absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. You guys have a seat. You know, it's only appropriate that we recognize Clayton Thomas, who represented the term servant leadership about as well as anyone could. Clayton was always eager to help in any situation, and like we discussed yesterday, that sometimes comes at great personal sacrifice. Time is one of those things that's free, but we can't get it back. How we choose to spend our time says a lot about who we are. Spending time in service to others is a key component to servant leadership. You know, we hear the term servant leadership thrown around so much, it's become a pretty big buzzword in corporate America and management circles. But unfortunately, there are more leaders who are self-proclaimed servant leaders than there are actual servant leaders. They like to use that term on themselves. One simple test I always administer to fire chiefs and other chief officers is the parking lot test. Almost all fire chiefs' jobs come with that premier parking spot right up front. Right up front. It's the closest one to the door. They got that sign, reserved for fire chief. And then some of them even have that sign taken down and it's like reserved for fire chief so-and-so, right? If you're actually parking in that space, you might rethink your servant leadership self-proclaimed status. Maybe use that for the employee of the month. Maybe use that for somebody lower in the staff as a reward. Just 2 days after Bobby passed away, I traveled here to Indianapolis to attend the ribbon cutting ceremony for the brand new Indianapolis Fire Department Training Center. I was supposed to attend that event with Bobby. The mayor spoke, Chief Malone spoke, and one of the retired training chiefs spoke. Bobby's seat by me, they did this incredible thing. They left the seat empty with his name tag and a beautiful Christmas poinsettia sitting right there at his seat. The ribbon cutting was an unbelievable event and very worthy of celebrating, as Indy Fire had not had a training center in over 42 years. The new training chief, Chief Krasik, took the time to give me a personal tour. I mean, there was 100 people there or more. Gave me a personal tour of the whole place. I was just in and out, so it was time for me to go back to the airport. And I went looking for Chief Malone, who you saw speak yesterday. I just wanted to say bye and thanks for the hospitality. It was kind of a very emotional time for everybody that knew Bobby. So I looked in the crowds where everybody was. There were politicians, and I looked in all the rooms. I couldn't find Chief Malone. I went to the cafeteria where they had all the refreshments laid out. Everybody was mingling in there. Still no Chief Malone. Well, I had to get to the airport, so I was about to throw in the towel, and I was just going to give him a call and say, hey, Chief, I'm out of here. Thanks for the hospitality. And I heard something in the kitchen. And I walked in the kitchen, and there was Chief Malone, Class A jacket off, sleeves rolled up, with 3 or 4 recruits unloading the drink cart back into the refrigerator from the leftover drinks from the ceremony. Little things. Servant leadership. You know, most people use that term, but they don't have a clue who coined the phrase servant leadership. Ironically, it was Robert K. Greenleaf who was born in Terre Haute, Indiana, just 75 miles from here. And for years, the Greenleaf Center for Servant Leadership was right here in Indianapolis. It just recently moved to New Jersey. Greenleaf was a scholar and a philosopher, and through his teachings and writing, he explained what it meant to serve as individuals. But he didn't stop there. He also said what it meant to serve as corporations. Why do you make all that money? It's to serve. There has to be a means. There have been so many servant leaders in the FDIC family who gave us everything they had before they passed away. They left us to carry on the work. They inspired us, motivated us, and let us know that we weren't alone in our fight to make things better. Today we honor many of the servant leadership people of FDIC. Bobby Halton, Tom Brennan, Andy Fredericks, Ray Downey, Joey DiBernardo, Alan Brunacini, Don Abbott, Frank Brannigan, and Indianapolis' own Mark Rapp Sr. Each of these individuals served with great honor. And there's many more. That list just goes on and on. They shared knowledge. They were not afraid to stand out and stand up for us. Although they are no longer with us, they still inspire us. We have much to learn from their work. We can still hold and read or watch most of what they did. The people that they influenced are now influencing us. Today, when the exhibit halls open, we've done something a little bit different in Lucas Oil. Lucas Oil Stadium has been transformed into a cityscape, complete with a full-size fire station. We call it the fire station of the future. There's also a city park, benches, streets, street lights. Those streets in Lucas Oil are named in honor of the servant leaders that I mentioned. Because they had significant impact on this conference, our profession, and our lives. All of them are gone, but they're certainly not forgotten. And many of them paid the ultimate price for carrying out their duties as firefighters. Old Clayton. Let's all adopt a little more of the ways of our servant leaders, and let's make them all proud.